How we doing today, man? I'm excited for the Real Madrid game coming up. I got my jersey on. This is like the only shirt you guys see me wear, pretty much. Today was a pretty crazy day. A pretty crazy day in the market. I feel like I say crazy all the time. It wasn't that crazy, but what happened today coming to the market? I was super, 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 super bullish. Super bullish, right? And the way the day ended on our other account that, again, I'm making a video for slowly but surely. I'll show you guys this real quick. We ended the day about just break even. We were in a trade on gold, but we closed out for small gains. And then on NQ, this is where I got a little bit cooked. Took a trade. Not going to explain everything in depth, but it lined up as well with an ICT, the inversion. I like this. I just like this in general towards these highs with everything. But then I don't know what this was. Got to be some sort of news. Got stopped out there. And then we had an SMT at the lows. I re-entered on this break here. Got back in here to these equal highs and just got stopped at break even on the runner. So that's this account. Nothing crazy. Still obviously working on that in the back end. And you guys will see it all once I complete that project. It will be cool, right? It's kind of just like a fun little project, something to do. And yeah, but anyways, what was I looking at for my own strategy for ICT? You know, what I've been trading, right? And what I'm still trading. A lot of people are in the comments kind of frustrated or kind of whatever about me switching strategies. I'm not switching strategies. I'm learning a different way to trade, completely separate. I look at the market for my trades, entries, all of that. I'm still doing my own strategy. I'm just learning how to trade with different indicators used for trends on different assets like gold, especially, and sometimes ES and even Bitcoin, right? Again, I'm going to make a whole video, and you guys are going to see what it's all about. I'm not trying to explain it all, and then I'm not going to, right, spoil it all. So, but I'm still locked in on my strategy that I'm trading. I will become profitable with that strategy. Like I promise, like I will be fine with the strategy I've been using. And then, so what will we look at today? Well, the idea, I'm expecting high of the week to be today. If not, I don't expect that. Since we're at all-time highs, I could expect an expansion another one of the days. But today, this weekly profile made a lot of sense, right? And I'm not like a big weekly profile guy, but market open, this is the new week gap. We stall around on Monday. We chop. We drop lower. This is important. We drop lower and do what? We manipulate the lows, right? All of these lows. This is from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We manipulate all of them in a key level, right? In a 4-hour fair value gap. So we could keep dumping, but what do? We reject this low. We start pushing up. We get a lot of chop. Tuesday was a lot of chop. Did we take anything yesterday? We did. We took a really nice trade here. Yeah, really nice trade right here. Got chopped though. Today was a very choppy day. Or yesterday was a very choppy day. But anyways, market's opening here. I wake up and I look at the market at 9, and we're ripping up. We had this high. Or no, we were ripping up higher before market. We had this high, and all-time highs, right? So when we get to market open, I'll just kind of do a replay here. Market open. What else do we have here? We had a SMT. I could show you guys an SMT here. Not something I'm super concerned about, but we have an SMT there, which makes sense for the price move higher. We had relative equal lows. I don't really care about that too much. And we're running out the London and New York session from yesterday, but we have these ones here. This is where my eye was going to, Monday's high. So the weekly profile is, Monday, right here, Monday. We consolidate, make liquidity for later in the week, and we drop lower, sweep out lows. Tuesday, we consolidate, and then overnight, we start expanding. And then at this point, I'm thinking, hey, Wednesday, we potentially get the high of the week, or at least we expand, right? That was my thought process. So come into market open. Okay, let's go back. Come into market open. We had this high, and all-time highs. What did I look at here? Market open right here. Cool. So we had market open. Immediately, this is literal market open. We run the first high. I'm trading inversions, so I need a pullback. Does this look like a pullback? No. Okay, cool. Now let me see what happens above this high, right? Because this is the high of the week, right? Let's see how we trade above here. Do we continue towards all-time highs or do we roll over? That's what you got to keep in mind. So let's see how we react to this level. Nothing. Okay, as soon as I see this, I'm anticipating all-time highs, right? Automatically. That's where I'm looking to trade to. Boom. Okay, we keep going. Is there any pullback for me to trade off of? Is there any pullback yet? No. All-time highs purged, right? That's the trade. Maybe this was a pullback. I don't see it. I don't have an IFVG. I don't have nothing to take. I did know that Dodgy took an inversion right here, which is pretty solid. I just don't trade pre-market, and that's fine. I don't have to trade pre-market. So what happened? We didn't take a trade today. That's progress. That's or not progress, because I've been doing good recently. That's trading. That's life. That's how you get better at trading. That's how you become a pro at trading. You don't trade when your setup's not there. Why did I not take the short here? The short looked really solid, right? And let's get out of here. Why did I not take a short off the all-time highs? Oh wait. Yeah. Why did I take the short off the all-time highs? I'll give you an explanation, right? So we had an SMT with all-time highs. ES did not take it. You could have shorted this, right? You could have shorted this break. You really could have, and you would have printed. But I'm just not going to. Why? Because when my target gets taken, this is the move, right? I did not anticipate this massive V-shaped recovery. But this is the move. This is my target, right? Waking up, this makes sense. Everything makes sense for longs. We have the sweep here in the 4-hour. Over here, we have the sweep 4-hour push up. We have month high of the week. We have all-time highs. We get the expansion move. Cool, my target's taken. I'm not going to trade the rest of the day. Immediately, right? Why? Because that's what you have to do to become more profitable. You eliminate when you don't have a clear target. So I'm not just going to short all-time highs. I'm not just going to, oh, we swept all-time highs. Let me short, because it could just keep squeezing. It could be a trend day. Look at all this move. You think that it's going to always do this? Most of the time, it's not going to dump all the way back down. It might dump here, chop back up, sweep the high one more time. The fact that we didn't re-sweep this high, if we re-swept, maybe I'd take a short. But it doesn't even matter, because I look at the chart and I say, look, my target's my objective. When my objective gets taken, I step away. I don't trade. I don't push the envelope or whatever the saying is. I just step away. I step away because my target's been taken. The thing that I was planning, my pre-market plan, pre-market plan where I want to see the market go to has been done. It's been complete. So why am I going to get involved after my goal, my target's taken out? It doesn't make any sense, because it's always going to be a new day where things make sense. And look what happens. If you didn't catch the short, you're not catching anything here with the way I trade. And then, you know, you could take in this trade. This is a very technical trade right here with SMT at this low. But this is a whole lot of nothing, right? This is a whole lot of chop back and forth. I mean, yeah, I was looking for the get back up into here, right? Because we sold off all the way down. I expect a rebalance. And I tried to take some trades on that on the eval account. And, you know, we didn't really play all the way because this one kind of cooked me. And then I got back in here, right? But that's trading. Right? You're not always going to have home run days. I want to make a video every day and show you guys the process. And sometimes it gets boring to show you guys the process because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to explain. I can explain why I didn't take a trade. I can explain why I was happy and why that's a good thing and why and that's progress and improvement. Right? And that's fine. That's also too why that's why I'm trading the other strategy as well, because I'll show you guys. I'll kind of give you guys a sneak peek of what I did today on ES. Unfortunately, right? What's it called? Unfortunately, I sized very light on this position. I took it with 2 micros on ES because, again, I'm still just learning this, and this one wasn't the one that I was given the signal for, right? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's taking signal. No, I'm learning a strategy by sitting in a call, and what is he taking? Why is he like this? Right? Just like you guys that watch your favorite ICT streamer, or if you ever did, I used to pay for Justin, and I learned a lot from him because he would tell me what he was looking for. He would say, I like this fair value gap because of this, this, and this. So what do we do today? I took a trade on my own with the different strategy. And what do? You still use market intuition. You still use price action. You still use I still use draw on liquidity, something that makes sense to me, right? So what am I seeing here? I'll just show you guys kind of on these indicators. On the 15-minute, we're staying above. You want to be above both these lines right? I'm going to give a quick rundown, or like a basic rundown. You want to be above both the lines, right? And you want to see this thing, when you're long bias, be above 70. So you want it to be above this level here, right? Which is good. So pre-market, this is 9 o'clock. This is 9:15. This is where market's opening, right? It's really, really strong. On every time frame, it was really strong here at market open. 9:30, right? So I saw this, and I knew market's gonna rip. I didn't have a strategy for my ICT confluences, but I could get in. I got in with 2 micros around here. I'll show you guys exactly where. And where was it, right? I got in around on the 5 minute. I got in here. Or no, I got in right after market open. We started pumping, and then I entered the trade here, and we had our first target, these highs, right? And this one, how did I take this trade? Or what did I do on this trade? So I got in the position around here, and I trailed my stop with this blue line right here, this blue line. So when we got in, it's here, starts moving up, and then we trade it with the blue line. You can't really see it. So we took one profit, and then we got stopped out here on the other one, right? Very solid trade. If I took it with a bigger size, I would have actually made a good amount. I would have made a really good amount. I tried it with 2 micros because I'm just learning, so we didn't make that much. And then on the bigger positions we took that I was in, we end up losing and then making a win, so pretty much break even. But since I didn't have anything to talk about, I'm just going to talk about that trade today. Again, very loose explanation. I'm not going to go fully in depth because I'm still learning, so I'm not going to just tell you guys something and it not be 100% how it works. But that's why I'm excited to learn a new strategy. Why? Because I can sit here and trade what I'm doing all day. I take 1 trade a day. I look for draws and liquidity, and I look for my IFVG play, right? That is simple. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know and I can do that by itself, right? So what happens? You give yourself the ability to take another entry, something that you wouldn't be able to take on ICT concepts. Why? Because I get in, I just have a loose stop. I let the bias and the indicators play out, right? It's just how it goes. And then you can do that on a whole separate account, which is what I'm doing. So it's not going to get in the way of my other account, right? And again, it's kind of just like, just because you trade the NASDAQ on futures and you trade ICT doesn't mean what? You're not going to invest in the long-term portfolio trading, right? That's a whole different strategy. Are you not going to ever trade crypto? That's a whole different game, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. I'm not switching strategies. I'm still locked in on what I'm doing. I'm still learning on what I'm doing. I'm going to be profitable with my own strategy as well. But it just gives me another thing to look at. I think it will help with FOMOing in on other setups, right? Because you can just watch another market. I can watch gold, and I can trade gold while I'm waiting for NQ to do something. Oh, I don't like what NQ is doing today. I don't see my setup. I'm not going to trade it today. I'm just going to trade this other strategy on ES or on NQ or not NQ or maybe NQ or on gold, right? It gives you more freedom to trade. And then whichever one starts being more profitable, if I'm way better with the other thing, then I'll trade that more. If I'm way better with ICT, I'll trade that more, right? And I don't know. So I think that will be sick. And I'm excited for that. But today was a no trade day, and that's good discipline. That's improvement. You guys are seeing the improvement. You guys are seeing me improve in front of your eyes. I mean, so much better, right? No trade day here. We didn't trade on Tuesday. We didn't trade on Monday of this week. Like, we're doing so much better than we had been. This would have been a really nice day. Again, 2 micros, half size, so it looks small, but we only hit 1 profit target, right? We were ticks away from the other one. We would have had a really nice day there, right? All of it. We're bringing this out of drawdown. We've already made back last month's loss. Obviously, it doesn't matter because it's early in the month, but we just need to chip away at this loss, and then we'll be back. We'll be fully back. Yeah, and it really comes down to this week. This week screws up. We're still making back this week. We're still trying to recover this week. So, again, you guys are seeing the progress, and I appreciate all you guys that tune in. This is a shorter video, but it's because I have nothing else to talk about. Hopefully, Real Madrid win today, man. I don't know how I feel. PSG looked like a juggernaut. I'm nervous for that game. Yeah, I'm nervous for that game. But should be fun regardless. And yeah, man. again, these days always not that interesting, but I post daily to show you guys the journey and show you guys what's happening. And this is what happened today. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Use code Diego and Alpha Futures Apex. Both their sales, I think, are done now. So you're going to have to pay full price, but next time they come up through with a sale, use your boy's code, and if you need an account, use your boy's code anyway. So I appreciate all you guys that watch the videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace out. I might do a full session tomorrow, but depends. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Hopefully you guys had a good day. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. Hopefully you guys won. Hopefully you guys caught those longs or shorts. But, yeah, man.